Welcome to the cold, sterile theater of the narcissist's private life. You are here because you have felt the shiver of something profoundly wrong in the most intimate moments of your relationship. You remember the intensity of the beginning, the way they seemed to worship your body, but as the mask began to settle, the worship turned into a strange, detached choreography. You started to feel less like a beloved partner and more like a prop in a film you never auditioned for. There was a distance in their eyes even when they were inches away, a clinical, predatory focus that made your skin crawl. This is the beginning of the end of the illusion. This is the moment we pull back the curtains on the secret deviance that fuels their internal machine. Have you ever asked yourself why the intimacy felt so empty? You were present, you were vulnerable, and you were offering your soul, but it felt like you were screaming into a black hole. The big haunting question that keeps every survivor awake at night is, was I ever actually there to them? The answer is as blunt as a hammer blow. To the narcissist, the physical act is not an expression of love, it is a laboratory for power. It is a ritual of regulation. While you were looking for connection, they were looking for conquest. They were scanning for your vulnerabilities, mapping out your triggers, and using the act to tether your nervous system to their chaotic, dark frequency. We are going to explore the strange demands that start to surface once the love-bombing phase expires. It often starts small, a request for something slightly off, a push for a boundary you weren't ready to cross, or a sudden insistence on a voyeuristic element. You brushed it off as adventurousness, but your gut knew better. Your gut told you that this wasn't about shared pleasure, it was about your submission. The narcissist doesn't want to play with you, they want to play on you. They want to see how much of your dignity they can trade for their momentary dopamine hit. They are looking for the exact point where your no becomes a yes through coercion or guilt. This is a journey into secret knowledge that is rarely discussed because of the shame that surrounds it. The narcissist banks on your silence. They know that you are too embarrassed to tell your friends about the weird things they asked for in the dark. They use that shame to isolate you. But today, we are breaking the seal. We are going to analyze the psychological why behind their deviance. It isn't about sex, it's about identity erasure. They want to see if they can make you do things that make you lose respect for yourself. Once you lose respect for yourself, you are easier to control. You become a hollowed-out vessel for their ever-expanding ego. Imagine a predator who doesn't just want to eat, they want to play with the prey. The narcissist's lust is a predatory hunger. They are bored by the vanilla of healthy love because they cannot feel the subtle frequencies of genuine affection. They are neurologically deaf to the music of intimacy, so they turn up the volume of the noise. They demand the extreme, the taboo, and the degrading because it's the only thing that registers on their fried reward circuits. They are junkies for the shock value. They need to see you cry, or cringe, or freeze up, because your distress proves that they have absolute, godlike dominion over your physical reality. This video is going to be the autopsy of that disconnected feeling. You weren't crazy. You weren't boring. You were just human, and you were dealing with a creature that has discarded their humanity in favor of a mask. We are going to reveal why they often want an audience, whether it's literal, through filming, or symbolic, through the introduction of third parties in their stories. They need to turn the bedroom into a stage. They are the star, the director, and the critic, and you are merely the lighting technician who is supposed to make them look brilliant. If you stop providing the light, they will punish you with a coldness that feels like death. You've been told that it's just a preference, but in the hands of a narcissist, a preference is a weapon. We will dissect the triangulation that happens under the sheets. The way they bring the ghost of an ex, or the image of a stranger, into your most private moments. They want you to feel like you are competing for a spot in their bed. They want you to feel replaceable. By making you feel like a utility object, they prevent you from ever feeling safe. Safety is the enemy of the narcissist because a safe person is a person who can think clearly. And a person who can think clearly will eventually walk away from their circus. We are stepping into a documentary of psychological warfare. This isn't just about what they want, it's about what it does to you. It's about the somatic trauma that stays in your body long after the relationship is over. Every strange thing they demanded was a brick in the wall they built around your heart. They wanted to make sure that no one else could ever love you, because they wanted you to feel sullied or ruined. This is the ultimate secret lust of the narcissist, to be the last person who ever touches you, because they've convinced you that you are no longer worthy of anyone else. Do not click away, because we are going to empower you to reclaim your body. We are going to show you that their deviance was never a reflection of your worth, it was a confession of their emptiness. They are like zombies, as we discussed before, stumbling through the internet and the dating world, looking for a brain to hijack and a soul to drain. Your body was just the entry point. Once they got inside, they wanted to rewire your mind. But today, we are pulling the plug. We are giving you the secret knowledge to see the gross reality behind their sophisticated seduction. Prepare yourself for a confrontational and revealing analysis. We are going beyond the surface-level labels and diving into the visceral rot of the narcissistic bedroom. By the end of this script, you will realize that you were never the deviant one for feeling uncomfortable. You were the only sane person in the room. The narcissist is a prisoner of their own dark appetites, and you were just the warden they tried to corrupt. Let us begin the breakdown of their secret rituals and the high price they pay for their inability to love. To understand narcissistic deviance, you must first look at the empathy void. In a healthy brain, sex triggers a flood of oxytocin, the bonding chemical. It creates a loop of care. The narcissist's brain is a closed circuit. They don't want the loop. They want the line. They want to take from you and give nothing back. Because they cannot feel the high of emotional connection, they are forced to chase the high of degradation. To them, making you do something you find strange or gross is a massive hit of dopamine. It confirms their superiority. I can make this person do anything, they think. This is the secret lust that drives their every move. They suffer from the Madonna whore complex on a pathological level. They cannot integrate respect and desire. If they respect you, they lose interest. If they desire you, they must find a way to disrespect you. This is why the strange things often involve devaluation. They want to treat you like a thing. They want to see you in a state that strips away your elegance or your status. They might push for role plays where you are the subordinate, the servant, or the bad person. This is their way of externalizing their own internal self-loathing. They are forcing you to act out the rot they feel inside themselves. We must talk about voyeurism and the third eye. The narcissist is obsessed with being watched. This is why they often want to film the act, or take photos, or have mirrors everywhere. They aren't looking at you, they are looking at themselves looking at you. They are viewing the intimacy from a third-person perspective, critiquing their performance, ensuring they look like the god they pretend to be. If you refuse the camera, you are refusing their legacy. You are denying them the trophy of their conquest. This rejection is often met with a narcissistic rage that seems completely out of proportion to the request. The deviance is also a boredom management strategy. Because they have high sensation-seeking traits, normal is a death sentence to them. They have fried their neural pathways with years of novelty addiction. They are like a person who can only taste food if it's covered in battery acid. They need the extreme to feel a spark of life. This is why they often introduce strange elements suddenly, without your consent or after a long period of good behavior. It's a shock to the system. They want to see your reaction. Your shock is their proof that they still have the power to disturb your peace. Let's discuss objectification and the loss of agency. The narcissist wants to break your will. The strange things they want are often tests of your boundaries. They start with something small, something you can justify. Then they move the goalposts. They are like a sculptor, but instead of making art, they are trying to mutilate your identity. They want to see if they can turn a high-value partner into a low-value object. If they succeed, they don't love you more, they hate you for your weakness. They despise the very compliance they demanded. This is the narcissistic trap. If you say no, they hate you. If you say yes, they lose respect for you. Their lust is often performative and cinematic. They aren't interested in the messy, human side of sex. They want it to look like a pornographic set. They demand specific lighting, specific poses, specific words. If you go off script, they get angry. You are ruining the scene. This is because they are dissociating during the act. They aren't there with you. They are in a movie in their head. You are just a stunt double for the person they are actually having sex with, which is a fantasy version of themselves. It is a solitary act involving two bodies. We must address the triangulation of the bed. They will often mention what other people do, or what their ex used to like. They want to create a competitive environment in the most private space you have. By suggesting strange things that everyone else is doing, they make you feel like you are the prude or the problem. They are gaslighting your sexual intuition. They want to shame you into submission. Why can't you be more open-minded? Is code for why are you still holding onto your boundaries? They want to dissolve yourself until there is nothing left but their wants. Deviance as a form of discard. Sometimes, the strange demands are a way to push you away. If they are bored and ready to move to a new supply, they will start making demands they know you will refuse. This gives them a reason to leave. You just don't satisfy me anymore. We aren't compatible. They project their boredom onto your limitations. They make themselves the adventurous victim and you the cold villain. It's a preemptive strike to justify their next betrayal. They are setting the house on fire so they can claim insurance on the relationship. The sensory deprivation of the soul. Narcissists often prefer darkness or numbness. They might use substances to enhance the act, but really, it's to drown out the reality of the person they are with. They want to numb the raw nerve of intimacy. The strange things they want are often mechanical. They want to focus on parts, not the whole. They want to deconstruct you. By focusing on a fetish or a specific part, they avoid having to look at your face. They avoid the gaze of a human being. They prefer the glow of the screen to the warmth of the skin. Ultimately, their deviance is a monument to their own void. They are trying to build a tower of pleasure, to reach a god they don't believe in. They are trying to fill the pit with strange sensation. But the pit has no bottom. No matter how strange, how extreme, or how taboo the act is, it never leaves them satisfied. They wake up the next morning feeling more empty, more hollow, and more hateful than before. And who do they blame for this emptiness? You. They blame you for the fact that their strange game didn't fix their broken soul. The dramatic turning point arrives when you finally say no. Not a maybe, not a I'm uncomfortable, but a hard, solid, obsidian no. This is the moment the power shift occurs. Up until now, the narcissist believed they had infiltrated your nervous system. They thought your boundaries were optional. When you stand in your truth and refuse to participate in their strange rituals, you are declaring war on their grandiosity. You are saying, I am a person, not a toy. This realization is a psychological earthquake for the narcissist. The lover mask shatters instantly, revealing the predator underneath. Watch their face in this moment. It is the great reveal. The charm is gone. The sensual eyes turn into black holes of rage. This is narcissistic mortification. By refusing to be their object, you have dethroned them. They realize they don't own you. To a narcissist, this is a security breach. They feel exposed. Their reaction is not, oh, I'm sorry, let's talk. It is a scorched earth policy. They will punish you for your insolence. The intimacy is replaced by a cold war. They will withhold affection, they will sneer at you, and they will make you feel small for having dignity. This is the psychological plot twist you never saw coming. You thought that being adventurous would keep them. You thought that saying yes would buy you love. But now you see that the more you gave, the less you were worth to them. The no is actually your saving grace. By refusing their deviance, you are vomiting out their poison. You are reclaiming the real estate of your own body. The narcissist realizes that the game is over. They cannot play on a field that has walls. They are forced to confront the void within themselves without using you as a buffer. They begin malignant triangulation as a counterattack. They will start overtly looking at other supply. They will mention someone at work who is so much more fun and open-minded. They are trying to shame you back into submission. They want you to compete for the right to be their object again. This is a psychic war. They are trying to gaslight your self-respect. They want you to believe that your boundaries are weaknesses. They want you to crawl back and apologize for having a soul. Do not fall for the bait. Their hunger is their problem, not yours. The bedroom becomes a chamber of silence. The sexual withdrawal they use as a weapon is a final discard of your humanity. They want you to feel unwanted. They want you to believe that you are sexually broken because you won't do the strange things they want. They are projecting their own sexual bankruptcy onto you. They are the ones who can only feel through deviance. You are the one who can feel through love. They are the ones with the disorder. You are the one with the heart. The silence is not a loss for you, it is a Sabbath. It is a sanctuary from their noise. They might attempt a coercive hoover. This is the most dangerous phase. They will try to combine love bombing with sexual pressure. They will act vulnerable. They will cry. They will say, "I just need to feel close to you." This is a trap. They are trying to reset the control. They want to see if they can seduce you back into the deviance. They want to break your no with a kiss. If you give in, they will hate you for it. They will view your yes as a victory over yourself. They will discard you even faster because you prove that your dignity is for sale. The turning point reveals their pathetic reality. When you stop worshipping their sexual charisma, you see them for what they are, a middle-aged addict chasing a ghost. You see the desperation in their strange requests. You see the creep factor. You realize that their adventurousness was just a cover for their inability to bond. They are like a person who keeps buying new cars because they don't know how to drive. You feel a chilling pity for them. They are locked in a juvenile state of consumption. You have graduated. They are still in preschool. You begin somatic healing while still in the relationship. You start listening to your body. You realize that your freezing and your numbness during their strange acts was your body trying to protect you. You stop apologizing for your body's wisdom. You start reparenting yourself. You say to yourself, "I am safe. I am whole. I am mine." This internal sovereignty is a nuke to the narcissist's kingdom. They can feel the change in your energy. They know they are losing their host. They start to panic. The predator is being starved. The mask of the god falls off permanently. You realize that their sexual power was entirely projected by you. You were the source of the magic. You were the one who animated the doll. Now that you have withdrawn your spirit, the doll is just plastic. You look at them and feel nothing. This is the ultimate narcissistic injury. Indifference. They can handle hate, they can handle anger, but they cannot handle nothing. Your boredom with their deviance is the final bill they cannot pay. The turning point is your total apathy. The chapter ends with the plot twist that you are the winner. By saying no to their strange things, you have saved your soul. The narcissist is left with their porn, their fake supply, and their empty bedroom. You have the world. You have the light. You have the future. They are frozen in the darkness of their own appetites. The strange game has a final score, and the narcissist has defaulted. You are free. You are clean. You are sovereign. The deviance was just the exit door you finally walked through. The collapse of the somatic narcissist is a slow-motion car crash. As they lose their sexual grip over you, their false self begins to dematerialize. They enter a state of sexual bankruptcy. Without your supply to validate their godhood, they are forced to confront their physical decay. The aging narcissist is a tragic figure. They spend hours in the mirror, obsessing over every line, every flaw. They are terrified of the invisibility that comes with age. Their deviance becomes more desperate. They start seeking supply in gutter-level places. The king is now a pauper begging for scraps of attention. They suffer from chronic dissatisfaction. The strange things they wanted no longer provide the fix. They have burnt out their dopamine receptors. They are in a state of permanent anhedonia. They cannot feel joy, they cannot feel peace, they can only feel hunger. They are like vampires who have developed a tolerance to blood. They are starving in a sea of bodies. They look at the new supply with contempt before the first date is even over. They are cursed to never be satisfied. This is the price they pay for dehumanizing others. They have dehumanized themselves. The social consequences are severe. The strange requests eventually leak out. People start to talk. Their reputation as a high-value person is tarnished. They are seen as creepy, predatory, or unsafe. They lose their status in the social hierarchy. They are ostracized from quality circles. They find themselves surrounded by bottom feeders and other narcissists. They are trapped in a swamp of transactional relationships. No one loves them. No one respects them. They are only tolerated as long as they have resources. When the resources run out, they are discarded by the world. Physical decline becomes an existential crisis. For a somatic narcissist, the body is their everything. When the body fails, through illness, age, or stress, they have nothing. They don't have a soul to retreat into. They don't have warm memories to comfort them. They are trapped in a crumbling temple. They treat caregivers and doctors with malignant rage because these people are witnesses to their helplessness. They hate their own frailty. They hate the universe for betraying them. Their last years are spent in a fever of self-loathing and regret. The bedroom becomes a mausoleum. They are imprisoned in their own desires. They spend their nights alone with screens, engaging in solitary deviance that leaves them feeling sullied and empty. The strange things they once forced on you are now their only companions. They are haunted by the ghost of the real intimacy they threw away. They realize, too late, that lust is a counterfeit for belonging. They are rich in sensation, but bankrupt in connection. They die alone in a full bed. The silence is their final ejaculation. They experience narcissistic mortification on a loop. Every time they see you thriving, it is a lash on their soul. Every time they see you with a healthy partner, it is a nuke to their ego. They obsess over your life. They stalk your happiness. They are trapped in your orbit while you have flown to a new galaxy. They are the zombie at the window, watching you eat a feast they can no longer taste. Their envy is a cancer that eats their internal peace. They are paying for their crimes in installments of bitter reality. The consequences for their children and legacy. If they have children, the children eventually see the strange and toxic reality. They withdraw their love. The narcissist ends up as a grandparent that no one wants to visit. Their legacy is trauma, not love. When they die, there is a sense of relief in the family, not grief. The eulogies are fake. The tears are performative. The narcissist has written a story that no one wants to read again. They are deleted from the family history as soon as the will is settled. Biological karma. The stress of maintaining the mask and the constant hunt for supply takes a biological toll. They often develop autoimmune issues, chronic inflammation, or heart problems. Their body is screaming from the internal war. They are literally rotting from the inside out. The malignancy of their soul becomes physical. They are a living case study in the cost of deception. They age 10 years for every 1 year of peace you have. The price of deviance is accelerated decay. The final discard by life itself. They find that lust has abandoned them. Their appetites vanish, leaving only apathy. They are bored by everything. They are waiting to die. They have exhausted the world. They have eaten all the people. They are alone in a desert of their own making. The strange things they wanted are now trash in a dumpster. They are bankrupt in every sense of the word. The ultimate price is the realization that their life was a simulation that failed. The chapter ends with a brutally truthful image. The narcissist, old and grey, sitting in a dark room, staring at a reflection they no longer recognize. They try to seduce the mirror, but the mirror sneers back. They are irrelevant. They are gone. The deviance was just the noise of their soul dying. The silence has finally won. They are paid in full with absolute void. The final truth is a soul punch of liberation. You were never broken. You were invaded. The strange things the narcissist wanted were not a judgment on your sexuality, they were an infection from their psychology. You are the survivor of a spiritual hijacking. Today, we exorcise their darkness from your cells. You are reclaiming your body as a holy temple. You are washing off their stains with the water of truth. You are whole. You are pure. You are yours. The narcissist's deviance is a ghost that has no power in the sunlight of your self-love. This is the moment of empowerment. You realize that your uncomfortability was your guardian angel. Your no was your sword. You didn't lose the relationship, you escaped a prison. The intimacy you lacked with them was a gift from the universe, protecting you from a deep contamination. You were preserved for someone real. You were saved for yourself. Your body is not damaged goods. It is a refined gold that has passed through the fire. You are shinier now. You are stronger. You are free. Secret knowledge revealed. The narcissist's obsession with strange sex was a confession of impotence. They couldn't connect, so they substituted with construction. They are emotional invalids. You are emotional royalty. You have the capacity for true fusion. They only have the capacity for friction. Do not envy their excitement. Their excitement is the flailing of a drowning man. Your peace is the stillness of a deep ocean. You have the real thing. They have the counterfeit. Reclaim your somatic sovereignty. Close your eyes and feel your skin. It belongs to you. Feel your breath. It belongs to you. The narcissist tried to map their darkness onto your senses. We are erasing that map today. We are rewriting the code of your pleasure. Your pleasure is sacred. It is joyful. It is connected. It is no longer performative. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to act a certain way. You just have to be. You are enough. You are perfect in your authenticity. The narcissist's legacy is a circle of ashes. Your legacy is a garden of healing. By sharing your story, by speaking the truth about their deviance, you are destroying their mask for others. You are a lighthouse. You are empowering a million survivors. Every time you say, "That was strange, and I didn't like it," a devil loses its wings. You are exposing the pathetic reality of the predator. You are killing the mystery with light. The narcissist is terrified of your voice. Speak. Roar. Heal. Cinematic closing. Imagine yourself walking out of a dark, cramped theater. The strange play is over. You step into the blinding white light of a new day. You take a deep breath of clean air. Behind you, the theater collapses into dust. You don't look back. You walk towards a horizon of infinite possibility. You are light. You are vibrant. You are untouchable. The strange things are gone. The real things are beginning. You are the author of your next chapter. The final truth about the narcissist: they will search for you in every new body, and they will never find you. Because you were the soul. And they discarded the soul to keep the object. They are left with objects. You are left with a soul. This is the divine justice. They got what they wanted, and they lost what they needed. You lost what you wanted, and you found what you needed, yourself. The score is settled. The account is closed. Empowerment mantra: my body is a sanctuary. My spirit is incorruptible. My no is holy. I am not a mirror for a monster. I am a mirror for the divine. I am clean. I am whole. I am safe. The darkness has no grip on my light. I am resurrected from the bedroom of shadows. I am walking in the garden of truth. I am healed. Brutally truthful closing. The narcissist is starving in a desert of lust. You are feasting in an ocean of love. Do not look back. There is nothing there but gears and grease. The strange machine has broken down. You are a human being. You are alive. You have the power. You have the future. You have the light. The secret is out. You won. The theater is empty. The lights are on. You are free. The narcissist is just a strange memory in a healed heart. The final line is yours to write: I am mine, and that is more than enough. Final truth: their deviance was their cage, your boundaries were your wings. Now, fly. The end.